Chartemis Prime, Chartemis Prime, reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shits, Subscribe,
So you keep Sancho away, you give it to your lady when you're away for a while, and then you pull this trigger right here, and then... Hey, what's up, you guys? Artimus Prime here doing another Marvel Legends toy review on not a Marvel Legend, but the Star Wars Black Series San Diego Comic-Con 2013 exclusive Boba Fett and Han Solo and Carbonite. Oh my god, I am so excited for this 6-inch series of figures. I have the rest of them all on pre-order.
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And I call it a Marvel Legend because without Marvel Legends, we would not have these 6-inch posable Star Wars figures. I am just too pumped for it, man. Out of all the exclusives I got from San Diego Comic-Con, I gotta say this is my favorite one. Very nice packaging. It has this really cool embossed Boba Fett mask going on right here. It's got a glossy finish and it's matted right over here. The letters where it says Star Wars have this nice silver on it. Same thing with the Black Series. That's embossed as well. On the side of it, there's nothing to really see. And then you can see this really cool picture from The Empire Strikes Back. Now, this is Boba Fett from The Empire Strikes Back. There are differences between the different Boba Fetts. We have more embossed Star Wars writing right here. And then right up over here, it says the notorious bounty hunter Boba Fett prepares to deliver the Carbonite frozen Han Solo to Jabba the Hutt. He's no good to me, dead. Slide this sleeve off right over here, which is not too hard, and put this aside. And then you slowly lift this and it just takes a little while, and there it goes. Oh my goodness. Now, of course, you know I have not wasted any time opening this figure, but everything goes back into the packaging pretty damn well. You have Boba Fett right there, you have your Han Solo and Carbonite, you have Boba Fett's jetpack, it says modified Z6 jetpack primary transportation front view, looking pretty cool. You have his Backross K11 disintegrator pistol, secondary weapon, side view. And then right over here it says you have his primary weapon with scope, the Blast Tech EE3 blaster rifle. And when you first get the figure, everything's held together by clear rubber bands, so it really does pretty much look just like this when you get it brand new. And you lift this part up right over here, and then that you get the clear base stand, which actually look a little bit more like this, I think, when you first get it. And then you put these pieces together to hold up the Han Solo and Carbonite, so it looks like it's hovering. Even the guts of the packaging are pretty damn impressive. On the bottom side, when you take all the inserts out, you get all these cool line diagrams of Boba Fett and his weapons and everything. You come around the inside, and you have instructions on how to build the stand to the Carbonite. There's a slot at the bottom, and this sticks out right over here, so you put that together like so. Then it attaches at the top. It kind of makes this V shape. And then these two pieces just slide together right over here. And make sure this is clipped in nicely. And then you have this peg sticking up that will go into the bottom of the Carbonite. And then these two clips right over here and right here will go into the back end of the Carbonite. And here's Han Solo in Carbonite, looking very badass, man. I really like this marbleized look that they have here. Just looks so badass, man. Very, very cool. All this sculpted detail in here just looks really badass. I really like this worn look over here. Here's the front of it, looking dope. You even have these green buttons painted on over here, and you have silver painted on as well, so it's not just a flat gray throughout the whole thing. It just looks magnificent. Here's the bottom of it, and it's not hollow either. It is hollow, but it's not empty at the bottom, so they have this flat panel on the back right here that has all this copyright information and everything. It has two holes at the bottom of it, but I typically just use this one right here. Like I said, there's that peg sticking up, and you just plug it in right so, and there's these two empty clips right over here, and you just plug this in here, and then plug that one in right there, and then now you have the Han Solo and Carbonite hovering in the air like how he did in Empire Strikes Back. Very cool. Now you can plug this into the top side right over here just as easily, so that's why there's that peg hole over there, so you just switch it around that way. Another really cool thing is that you could unplug the disc right over here, and then you can have the Han Solo and Carbonite standing like so. Very, very cool. I'm really, really excited about this. And the Han Solo and Carbonite stands just about 7 inches tall. Here's a close look at Boba Fett's jetpack. Very, very nice. I like the silver paint on here. Looks cool. You have a nice flat green matted paint going on throughout the plastic. I like the browns added over here. More silver bits. You have some orange over here. This is where it attaches. Wish they'd painted this orange or something, or had holes or something where you could plug in like jet effects or something, jet firing effects. But it looks very dope. I really like the attention to detail on this. It is just beautiful, man. Then here's Boba Fett's back, where I really actually like the paint variation and the paint detail on here, even though you don't really see it too much. And you just clip this on right over here. These two little pegs stick out, and you have this peg right here, and it all just holds in together very nicely. And here's Boba Fett's disintegrator pistol. Looks very nice. I like the brown and the silver on it. Nice sculpt on it all together. And you could take the holster for it, and this has a nice texture to it right here, by the way. And it just slips in nicely, and his gun fits nicely into his hands. And we have Boba Fett's blaster rifle, which is from Empire Strikes Back. He has a different gun that he uses in Return of the Jedi, but I really like this silver dry brushing right here at the top of it over here. This is just so cool. I like the sculpt of it. I like the sculpted detail that they have over here. Nice silver and black and brown. They have this nice tan going on. Really nice sculpt. Really cool looking gun. And then here we have Boba Fett with everything put together. I am so stoked for this figure. It has actually made me rewatch the Star Wars movies. I just absolutely love all the detail put into this thing. Like the dent put into his helmet right there, and you have some silver painted on it, bunch of silver dry brushing all over right over here. You can see his scope, which is not articulated, one of my minor gripes about the figure, to be honest with you, but nice paint detail throughout the whole helmet. Looks so dope. And these rivets right here are all sculpted in there. This is all nicely sculpted right here. Like on the neck, you can see the cloth is all sculpted. That looks dope. He has some more dents sculpted into his armor right over there. You can see on the yellow shoulder pad right over there. And on the chest plate right there, more on his stomach. I like how this looks like cloth over here. And you see he has his little war trophy thingies right there from his victims. You see the paint variation on his glove right there. He's got some pouches that have some nice gray shading on him. Looks very dope. His crotch piece is painted well. I love how you can see the difference in texturing on this, like right there. On his hip, you can see that speckled kind of black shading going on there. Some more silver right over there. Boots are nicely sculpted. Some more silver on his shins. And his feet look very cool. Nice side view of the figure. Looks so dope, man. Even got these little buttons right there. The grapple launcher on his forearm. Looks so sick, man. I believe this is his Mandalorian symbol right over here, and I like the texture on his shoulder pads. It is different than the texture that they have on his chest plate. We have his cloth cape, which is the beige color that we have in Empire. Even this has shading on it too. You can see how it's kind of tattered right there. It gets darker when you get to the bottom. Here's the back of the figure. Even having paint detail on the cloth is just so cool to me, man. And even on the back right here on this buckles and all that stuff. And here's the right side of the figure. Looking so dope. So many details. I absolutely love it. I think they just killed it on this figure. Now his cape is kind of a square piece that has been folded up. I don't really like messing with it too much, but you can see how it folds out like so. And it's attached right over here, so it's nicely plugged in there. So you don't expect for it to come out or anything, but I'm still trying to be very careful with it. Now I do have a couple gripes with his articulation, but overall I am very happy with it. His head does move up pretty far, and it does move down pretty far, and it has that pile driver thing going on. So it has a head pivot, which is very cool. It can look side to side just fine as well. Like I said, I wish the scope had some articulation where it could move down, but oh well, not a huge deal. His arms do move outward that far, and you can move them forward. He has an elbow swivel on this side, and it bends about 90 degrees over there. Now one thing that they thought of, which is really cool, is that they have the elbow swivel, but they also have this bicep swivel right here, so that you don't mess up this little piece right here that's connected. So I thought that was badass. He also does have the forearm articulation, so it does rotate over here, which is pretty nice. And his wrists move downward, they move upward a little bit, and they rotate side to side. Same thing on this side. Now he does have an ab crunch, but it doesn't really move that much. You can move it forward a little bit. You can see it like, you know, moving like that. It does move back a little bit more, and I do like how they've got this all sculpted out so that you don't see any weird pieces or anything. And the waist has a nice swivel, and you can rock it like side to side a little bit too. His legs do move outward very much, but they don't move forward much at all due to the pouches, and that is kind of a bummer. I wish these weren't such a hard plastic. I wish they're made of more pliable, rubbery material, but what you can do, what I've been doing to, you know, still still have fun with it is just rotate this all the way around. So you can rotate this so it's facing backwards right over here, and that doesn't actually look too bad. So now that I have that facing that way, you can move the legs all the way forward like so, which still looks pretty cool, you know what I mean? You could still have him pretend like he's, you know, using the jetpack and stuff, and it doesn't look bad at all having the pouches back there, especially because it's kind of hidden by the cape and stuff. Anyway, he does have an upper thigh swivel right here. He has double jointed knees, bends very far like so. He has no calf rotation. He does have ankles that move downward, they move upward, and he has that Vonner ankle pivot, which actually I first saw on the Soda Street Fighter figures, then later on the Marvel Universe figures, then later on Marvel Legends, and now on the Star Wars Black Series figures. They actually used them on G.I. Joes too, so I think it's very cool that Vonner brought in some articulation that we are using on the Star Wars figures. And he does have peg holes at the bottom of his feet. So at the top of Boba Fett's helmet, he stands just about 6 inches tall, with the jetpack closer to 6.5. And here's Boba Fett standing next to the big-time letdown Spider-Man. So you can see he stands just a little bit shorter than the average Marvel Legend, but still works in scale. Here's the Black Series Boba Fett compared to my other two Boba Fett figures. This is the Power of the Force figure right over here, and this right here is a Saga Series version. So as you can tell, the guns right here on these two, see the blaster rifles on these two figures are similar, and he does have more of a beige color cape right here. So this is an Empire Strikes Back figure, and then this Boba Fett right here is clearly the Return of the Jedi. So you can see his blaster rifle is different. This is the one that actually gets cut by Luke Skywalker. And you can see the hilt of it over here in the back is completely different, and his cape is green instead of beige. Like I said, I'm totally ecstatic about this figure. Could not put it down, man. Just so happy that they are making these figures. And the good news is, if you did miss out on the San Diego Comic-Con version, you can pick this figure up in Wave 2 of the 6-inch Black Series. He won't come with the Han Solo and Carbonite, but still very badass. A lot of people just want the Boba Fett too and don't really care to have the Han Solo and Carbonite. Me, I'm a big Star Wars fan. Absolutely love Star Wars. Gotta have this version right here. It cost me about $54. To be honest with you, I'm just totally happy with the purchase. An amazing figure set. So happy with it. You can pre-order all of them right now on BigBadToyStore.com, and I really hope you guys like my review, and I will catch you later. Peace.
Crispy.
Next time you're done watching my videos, where are you going?
BKBN.net.
Where